Welcome back. This is Young Money Markets. We have Josh, Nick, Eric, and Ryan. We're excited. We got an exciting topic for tonight, or a few topics for tonight. We got Bitcoin is ranging. We have stocks, tech stocks are plummeting for the most part. We got a lot going on right now. Doge is making people millionaires. What are we going to talk about tonight, Nick?
Well, I've got a lot on my mind, but one of the things that I think is pretty interesting we might want to just get into actually to start with is, Eric, this thing that you have been working on called the Kimchi Trade.
Yeah.
So this is the strong node. I ended up making 6 of these because at the time they were turning out like double the coins. So I thought it was like super awesome investment, like it's gonna pay me back super fast. So originally it was a 30-day ROI, but now they just cut the rewards in half like a few days ago. So now it's a 100-day ROI if you just got into it today, but I have like probably like 93 days left or so. But basically, if you get 10 strong coins, you can make a strong node. And I just made 3 different nodes for Young Money Markets over here. So I just said, follow us. We're Young Money Markets on Twitch and YouTube. We love crypto and want to contribute to supporting the network. So we got 3 Young Money Markets nodes, and I also made these crypto mining gods because I also made cryptomininggods.com. But yeah, some people go crazy. Like, see, this guy has tons of different nodes. You can just keep making the nodes. But the situation is you have to pay $15 in ETH every month to keep the nodes going. So I already prepaid for the next month. My nodes are good to go, so they're just slowly turning out more strong coin.
15 per node or for all your nodes?
It's $15 per node.
How much
And
are
what are
they?
the rewards paid in?
And they're paid in strong coin.
So how much are you making money on this, or?
Yeah, so this is almost $800.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is almost $800, and I should the thing about it is every time you do like collect money or whatever, it costs a ETH fee.
Oh.
So that's the part that sucks about it, but I should be doing the mining into the mining pool. They have a mining pool. It's like 80% APR, but it's not really working that good.
So Eric, what's the utility of the strong coin?
So the strong coin has these nodes, and they have farming, like a farming thing where you can like generate more strong by providing more liquidity. I don't really know a lot about the network. I just knew like the ROI was like super high at the time, and I thought it was gonna be like 29-day ROI. And then I didn't know that they were doing like halving rewards all the time, so now I'm just like kind of like in this investment, and it's gonna be like 93 more days till I'm paid off. But after that, it's like, smooth sailing, and it's all gonna be just generate income from there.
Where's
profit after that?
Where's strong coin traded?
It's on Uniswap and KuCoin. Let's see.
What kind of volume does it have in trading per day?
It did 1,270,000.
That's good.
So it's on KuCoin, Gate, Who, 1inch, and Uniswap.
So this kind of makes me think. I don't know about you guys. It makes me think about the stuff like Doge, and I know people that like Doge probably are gonna like for me to group all these together. But Doge and Safemoon. Safemoon was this coin that the people that just went crazy here this week. I don't know if we can show a graph. If anybody has.
I don't have a large amount of Safemoon, but now I have a large amount of Safemoon, I think.
But seriously, Safemoon Safemoon, like if you read their website, it's
There's
basically
Dude,
nothing
it's
just saying
Safe
we're
Moon
a Ponzi
family,
scheme.
dude. It's Safe Moon family, dude.
You
Safe
guys-
Moon.
You guys have
Safe
any
Moon is
Safe Moon
love.
here? You guys
Well,
Safe
got
Moon
Safe
is
Moon?
life.
Continue with your thought, Ryan.
But I mean, if you read the website, because I had somebody contact me from that I work with. We've entered that part of the bull market stage, and she said, "Well, how can I buy this Safemoon product?" And I'm
Can we
like,
show the website, Eric, real quick?
What?
"Well, look at the price
Well, here's
first.
the. Oh, it
Look-
went down.
Look at the Bitcoin price,
It went
not the
down.
USD. Click the
All right, so
click
Zoom
the
out
USD.
once. Zoom out once a little bit.
Click the USD and change it to
where's
Bitcoin.
where's the USD here?
Over
Right
in
here?
the green on the side. No, other way. USD, Bitcoin, top left,
BTC
dollar?
ball.
top left.
Bitcoin.
Yes, sir.
Now go down to
Okay.
the. Now
So
go
it's
down
not
to
even
the
a
graph,
Satoshi,
and
man.
now zoom out like a month. So
Oh
so
my word.
So this is a coin that is worth basically nothing. If you read their website, the website is literally you buy when other people buy, the price goes up. I mean that's pretty much literally what it says. It's literally describing a Ponzi scheme.
Well,
and
basically what happens is when you send your coin, when you send it somewhere, or you buy it, or you sell it, there's a 10% fee taken out, and that's given to everyone. So
That's a Ponzi.
yes, so you get people to buy the coin and you get 10% of the buy.
There's
that
no
is the
utility.
definition of a Ponzi scheme.
There's no utility. It's literally just relying
they-
on people buying
but,
this.
It's
but,
pyramid scheme.
Oh, it's not showing us.
I saw their website
Let's
this
see if-
morning. So
I gotta look at this.
They
wait,
changed
that's
it
not
up,
it. No,
bro.
No,
that's
no,
not
no, no,
it.
no. This isn't
That's
this
not it.
isn't it. Get out of this,
Okay.
dude.
Okay. No, it was
It just-
Safemoon.
No,
Just-
no, no,
Here
no,
it
no,
It might be
no,
that
no.
safemoon.net, or if you
Yeah,
just
it's
Google
.net.
search it.
Safemoon.net.
Can I share this real quick?
What are you
Yeah,
gonna share,
I'm
Josh?
just showing Safemoon really.
Oh,
quick.
you got it right there.
It's
Alright,
it's a nice looking website, but when you read the content on here, it's literally what Eric
automatic
said.
LP.
That's not utility, dude. Oh my god.
But it's like the longer you're in, the more you
So
win.
this is what I'm saying. And this drives me crazy. You know why this drives me
my
crazy,
God.
Nick? Because I sold a portion of my Luna today.
Well,
And I lost money on my Luna. And Luna should be the last thing that I'm losing money on, because it's
Why'd
like
you
one of
do
the
that?
only alt projects that I know that's real. And and nobody's buying Luna. And it drives me crazy that the market is buying this crap. And but what are we in this for? Are we in this to make money, or are we in this for conviction?
Dude, it's all about Ryan. It's all about the time horizon. You know, like it's gone here today, gone tomorrow. Like Safemoon, dude, and also honestly Dogecoin. Like, listen to this. Just know, like, I'm personally not a fan of Dogecoin at all. In fact, I hope Dogecoin just absolutely tanks. I think it's a bad look for crypto. It doesn't lend itself to institutional investors, more serious people to get into the crypto space. Dude, I think
what do you think
in the
about
long
this right
run,
here?
I think in the long run, that like fundamentals do actually win out, and all of the stuff that goes to zero. Like Ryan, you showed a chart one time that I think is so scary. Honestly, if you're in some of these alt projects, it's like a very fuzzy line chart with Bitcoin and then like all the alts, and it basically like shows like all of these things go to zero over time, right? Like 99% of the projects. Well, the thing is 99% of the projects will go to zero over time, because it's so easy to replicate these pump and dump schemes. All of these coins that exist on the BSC or the Binance Smart Chain network, and like Dogecoin or Safemoon. Like Dogecoin, now it's part of like the zeitgeist. Like I don't think Dogecoin is going to go to zero, but Safemoon is totally here today, gone tomorrow.
Oh,
I've also seen like,
But they just raised. What do you mean?
Husky
They just raised
coin.
700 million to make their
dude,
own exchange,
I don't give a
700,000.
shit about what they're raising.
or 700,000.
700,000, dude. I don't. Their market cap is like 4 billion right now. It's all just speculative. Just wait till like Elon tweets about Husky coin. eventually there's only so many $1 billion that can go into like these gamble
They already
things.
got celebrity backers though. They got
I
Logan
don't
Paul
care,
pumping
dude.
it.
I
Logan
couldn't care.
Paul's
Those
pumping
celebrity-
I
it.
couldn't care less.
Those celebrity backers, they're gonna end up with the SEC
Disappear.
getting. That's exactly what happened in 2017, 2018. And I actually found one of my portfolios that I never changed from 2017, and it had like 22 projects on it that I had purchased, and it had the live prices of like the 22 projects, and something like 5 or 6 of the coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB. I can't remember what the other ones off the top of my head, but there was only like 5 coins, and I'm talking. I was buying top 50 coins, and this was from back in 2017.
But Ryan,
And
let me ask you a
they're
question
at
on that.
Zero.
Did you know what you were buying?
They had utility. Yeah, I mean, I had the same type of group that I have today. There was promise of corporate.
Right.
There wasn't as much development at that point, Nick, as there is today. 4 years ago, crypto didn't have as much development, and so there was. Granted, we didn't have something like Luna to buy.
Yeah.
It didn't exist.
Yeah.
From a utility perspective, but I can remember one of the coins. I'm not going to call them out, but I guess they're at zero, so it doesn't really matter. But I remember one of the coins, like my buddy's like, dude, UPS has bought this. They're gonna put logistics on the blockchain. This is gonna change logistics. They're partnered with FedEx and UPS. You buy this, it's gonna moon. And I had a story like that for every single coin.
Dog, I feel you, man.
I had a coin called XBY, Extra Byte, and I was looking it up today. I'm telling you, I had guys who are like, Ryan, what's your time horizon? If you have a 5-year time horizon, buy this XBY because this thing is going to change the world. It's at zero today. So I understand that Luna is different, and I get you. I've challenged you guys on some of this stuff, and I'm with you guys on it. But the point is that these things are all long shots at this point. Even Luna, things can go sideways on them, and we got to keep an eye on it.
100%. I definitely agree. I think the thing with Luna that I'm most sort of tuned into is just as long as Do and as long as the Do Kwon, who's like the leader of the Terraform's lab group, he's the co-founder of Terraform Lab, which is what's sort of created the whole Luna ecosystem. As long as they are producing at the rate that they are producing right now, I'm like, I don't give a shit what happens with the price of Luna. Like it could go down to $4, $7. Like I will just hold indefinitely. It's if they disappear, like let's say like Do and like the whole Terraform Labs team like were just fall off the map, then I would like, that would be the only thing that would like really rattle me. But right now, the rate of progression that I'm seeing from a development standpoint is what I kind of been focused on.
What's the Alice? Do you know what the Alice thing is yet?
Yeah, I mean, Alice is supposed to be like everything right now is just all on your desktop. Like you have to go onto your desktop. Everything is like, you know, in your Chrome extension browser. It's very complicated, all this shit that you have to know. Alice is supposed to be one-stop shop, easy user interface, and you manage everything, all your financial stuff, all in one clean, easy to use interface. And I'm hopeful that it's going to be an app that you can download on the iOS App Store. And that is one of the pieces, that and an easy on-ramp from fiat to USD, which is the stable coin for Terra. I think those two things are the biggest barriers to entry as far as Luna, because right now, I mean, Ryan, you've gone through this, like, dude,
are you
gotta
sure though?
I
I thought the Alice thing is My Neighbor Alice. It's a video game.
No.
Alice, the coin is like $10.
No, we're talking about Alice is like it's a new project for Luna or for Terra.
So you're not talking about the coin that's $10 at the current
No,
moment.
it's not. It's not out yet.
New project.
Yeah.
Because there's a coin. It's called Alice. It's 295th coin.
Yeah,
Well,
we're not talking about
Let's
that.
stay away from that for right now. But what were you saying, Nick, on Alice?
Oh, well, okay. I think like I was saying, I think the biggest issues with Luna so right now, Terra, are that the on-ramp to get to UST is so complicated. You have to go to KuCoin, which nobody in the US really wants to do. Then you got to send your KuCoin. You got to download this wallet. It's very complicated. The whole process is very complicated. I've walked like 6 people through it now. Every time it's like, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
it's too much. And so actually comparatively, like today I was like, I downloaded Coinbase Pro, which I hadn't used before. I was just using Coinbase and Gemini previously. And I just looked at it. I literally typed in Luna, of course, not there. And then I was thinking like, man, if I wanted to buy VeChain, well, shit, all I got to do is just hit the button on this Coinbase app that I'm super familiar with. And boom, like I have VeChain, right? Like how many people are going to go through the process of being like, oh, in order to get Luna, which has this all fundamental stuff, I need to download all that. Like, it's not how people operate. But now that's the negative, right? So like, that's the side where you look at it and you can be critical of that. And you could say, that's not good. For me, what that means is there's a lot of upside that is, if we can address these issues, which based on my research with the team, I think that they will be able to address these issues, and also their ability to execute on projects that have real world use, which Chai Payments, which runs on Terra, 2.5 million users. This is an entrepreneur, guys. We have to understand, like Do Kwon and the team that they have around Terra, they are not crypto entrepreneurs. They are real fucking entrepreneurs. I'm talking about like introducing a product that's used by millions of people is extremely difficult. Regardless of the product that you're talking about. So I feel based on that they can execute, and this is an obvious hurdle. It's an obvious hurdle. So I have to imagine that they're trying to address these on-ramps to get into UST and get into the Terra ecosystem. Because right now I think it's just a glaring problem. And I hope they address it. I hope they address it soon, because this is like one of the biggest problems right now.
Josh, when you think about that problem, because I know you've really dug into the Terra network as well. So what I'm hearing from Nick right now is that they've proven to be able to do some decent marketing, at the very least in the Asian markets, for sure the Korean markets. But it seems like they've done a subpar job in the North American crypto market with their marketing efforts of just getting good product placement. Josh, anything that you can add either to what you're seeing with Alice or any other development in that project?
It's I'm just waiting for those easier on ramps, really. I mean, I think the Anchor protocol and the Mirror protocol they're working great, and it's basically what Nick said is it's just too hard to get into those when you're in the US. Now, if you're a Korean citizen or a Mongolian citizen, it's very easy to get in there. And I think we talked about Chai Scan before. I just wanted to show this to kind of prove Nick's point that Do Kwon and Terra Labs, they are entrepreneurs, and they have working apps that are just growing in users. They're growing in users, they're growing in payments, they're growing in transactions. Everything's going up with all their platforms that they've made, and the main three, right, are this Chai Payments, Mirror, and Anchor. Every single one, week over week, is up, and total value locked and total users. And
why don't you pull up, Josh, just to hammer the point home, why don't you pull up Mirror as well, just to kind of show the growth of the liquidity and the TVL and Mirror. I think it's, yeah.
Like, it's just, I mean, I just, this is just, these are real numbers. These are real users, and it's, let's go through the line here. I don't want to show my account balances and stuff. Can we do the app without that?
Yeah, well, let me check.
I can bring up the Anchor one.
Okay, why don't you do that? I'll see if I can. Yeah, Josh, if you just open the web app, it doesn't show anything other than your wallet up in the upper right. with whatever is in your wallet.
Oh, here we go. So
Yeah.
liquidity, volume going up, total value locked going up. It's just all going up. So, and they got 3 hitters, right? The numbers don't lie as far as users and value being transacted, and I know other ones have this stuff too. Like you look at Uniswap, they have a similar look to it, but they also have some big dips. Well, I think we should look at that too. For I want to back up here for a second, and what Uniswap is a much different platform than this. They don't have stocks over there. They don't have the uses for this. So I probably shouldn't even brought up Uniswap. But
Even Binance right now is bringing some of that stuff on, but you guys have also shared, what is it called, synthetics, or what's some of the competitors, the mirrors?
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Synthetic.
the FTX has a bunch of stocks on there.
so there's nothing stopping those guys from doing these synthetic listings, but there's no adoption for those. What is there, synthetic Tesla over on synthetics? I think that's it. Like, what is taking so long to get all these other ones? Why is it taking so long? So Mirror's executed very quickly.
Clean.
And it's clean too, and very usable interface. Binance is doing something that's different. Binance is trying to do asset-backed synthetics. So more like kind of what FTX is doing. They're actually going to hold the shares, and you can buy the synthetic. Which, why the hell would you do that? Like, you're bringing in the SEC at that point. You're bringing in more laws. Binance is very good at that though, like being like right there with the government. Like, they want full KYC. They want as much information out of you as possible. Whereas Do Kwon and friends, they're like, yo, there's nothing backing these. We don't have to do SEC. He ain't gonna get in trouble because he doesn't own any Mirror tokens. He's basically like, I don't know, like a Peter Pan or something. Like, just like let people come in and buy if they want. No KYC. Who cares who you are? Come in and play in this playground.
Damn. BNB is making a move right now. We got BNB making a move to the upside.
Well, did you guys see that they hired a new CEO for Binance.us
Yeah, I saw it.
today? They hired he was one of the executives at Coinbase. He was also office of the comptroller of the currency,
wow.
which is the OCC under President Trump. These guys have more money than they know what to do with, and it seems like they're going to make a strong play in the U.S. market.
Wow, they're selling some soul over here.
I agree with that. I agree with that, Ryan. I think for me, one of the biggest differences, and verify this, but my understanding is that you will not be able to trade these synthetic stock tokens 24/7. You'll only be able to trade them during market hours, which is massive. Like, that is such a huge disadvantage of using Binance. And then also, like Josh said, like it's all KYC. So you have to plug in all of your personal information, all that stuff. Terra doesn't require any of that. So those are 2 huge differences between the 2. But I mean, look, it's true. Binance has the reach, but it's also reflected in their market cap. I mean, their market cap, what is it, 100? It just ticked the 100 bill today.
Yeah, and they're starting to get some serious coins on here. They're starting to say they used to just have like 7 coins on here. Now they have at least like a good 20, 25.
You talking about Binance US?
Yeah.
They got more than that for
They
sure.
have like 120 probably.
Yeah, they're killing it now. This is crazy. I haven't been on here in a while.
Yeah.
They're different, playing a different game than Terra.
Oh yeah.
They are. Yeah. They totally are. I think oh, sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
Well, if if you were around a couple of years ago, the big thing a couple of years ago wasn't things like Terra and things like this. It was decentralized exchanges. And so Binance did the Binance DEX thing, and they invested it. And if you type in Binance decentralized exchange, you can find it today. It's basically a blank website. I mean, they built this stuff out and they abandoned it. That's one of the things that I really like about Binance is they follow the trend, and you could say that they're kind of mirroring, let's say, Terra right now, which doesn't feel good if you're Terra, because you're like, can't you innovate on your own? But the interesting thing about Binance is they take hacks at it. They try, they have awful customer service issues right now. So CZ is at the very least getting out in front of me and saying, this does not meet our standards. We're doing everything we can now. What do they actually do? I don't know. But my understanding is they're one of the fastest growing companies in the world over the last 4 years. They've only existed since 2017, and they've already, multi-billion-dollar in profit per year. This is just a well-oiled machine.
They're a juggernaut.
And they try things, but that's my point about the decentralized exchange. They invested a lot of resources in that, and at some point they realized we got to cut bait. And I don't know all the details for that, but they just stopped and they moved on to something else.
But Ryan, that ended up being massive. Maybe not for Binance, but it ended up being huge. I mean, Uniswap, right? Decentralized exchange, DEX, and it's huge, and it's only going to grow, especially if Ethereum. And that's honestly, like, I could see an eventual, in the future day where, we need somewhere to on-ramp fiat. So there has to be a KYC element at some point for just US regulations. But then from there on out, we're no longer using like Binance or Coinbase. Like we're not using a DEX, we're not using a centralized exchange. We're using a decentralized exchange.
Yep.
We're not there yet. I totally feel like, I agree, but I don't know, man. I hate Binance.
I think literally what they found, Nick, literally what they found was that they couldn't build a decentralized exchange, didn't have crazy fees. And so they started building out the Binance Smart Chain and but their fees are 0.1%. Coinbase is 0.5%. I mean, that's a huge difference when you're trading a lot of money. So they know one thing is king. Low fees are king, and making people feel safe and all that kind of stuff is also really important. But low fees are king, and when you have low fees, you have higher volume. So higher volume is the kind of the second king here, and they figured that out, and they realized we can't do that with the decentralized exchange.
100%, dude. 100%. They're I see them as, like Josh said, I see them as playing a different game when it comes to synthetics. Also, I would just say the synthetic asset world is going to be enormous. Like over time, I could see synthetics being huge, like hundreds of billions of dollars big. And so, does Mirror have its own space that it carves out there because of those? Is there going to be enough pool of people that value things like being able to trade 24/7, that value things like no KYC? I would think yes, versus Binance. So if you think it's multi-hundred billion dollar industry, synthetic assets in the future, I think either option is relatively safe. I'm bullish on crypto in general, by the way. So I think that, Binance could continue to grow. I just think there's more upside with Luna.
Did you guys see the news that a handful of the top directors and executives at Coinbase sold a good portion of their stock position from Coinbase on the first day, including the CEO, even Brian.
Yeah, Brian Armstrong.
Yeah, sold a portion. I think he sold a much smaller portion, like 1.5% or something. But I saw some of the executives were selling something like 90-95%. You guys have any thoughts on that?
It's false information.
Oh,
everybody,
it's false.
Yeah, it's false information. It's just that it showed Brian Armstrong selling they were saying he sold like, what was it, like 70 or 90% or something. That's of like I think
No,
No, we know he only sold like 1.5%, but there were directors and
some other
executives that
executives.
sold a huge portion of their position.
Okay, I'm not sure about them. I
Definitely Brian Armstrong did not.
I saw that,
so
Ryan.
so I saw there it was a spreadsheet and it was showing how much
Yeah.
people, and then someone else was saying that's just a portion of all their holdings, and it was really more like 2%.
Okay.
But I'm not sure actually. I just know about Brian. He only sold like, yeah, less than 1%.
I thought I remembered seeing like something like $270 million worth of
Yeah, the
maybe
numbers
one
were
person.
crazy.
It
Yeah.
was huge, like enormous.
Some numbers you guys should start checking out is the BitcoinTreasuryReserve.com. At the BitcoinTreasuryReserve.com, it shows you every company and their acquisition of cryptocurrency.
Okay. Well, we're kind of in the middle of a topic here, Eric. Maybe we can
Well,
take a
yeah,
look at that in a second.
it plays right into that though. Like, you know,
Right.
like,
If they're selling, if the guys at Coinbase are selling that, are they putting it into crypto? Is that what you're trying to say, Eric?
well, I'm trying to say like every company, you know, like every company is building their Bitcoin treasury, and you know, Coinbase, it probably acquired a lot of cryptocurrency with their IPO money, I'd imagine. So, you know, they're just I'm sure they're just, you know, acquiring more cryptocurrency in a more discreet fashion, so they don't have to be like very public about it.
This
Well-
wasn't the company, Ryan. Or Eric. This was individual people that were selling their shares.
That work at Coinbase though.
That work at Coinbase.
So is this true
Yeah.
though? Is this true though? Because there's misinformation right there.
So
What's
can
it
you guys
saying?
see the article I have up here?
Yep.
So let's see what it says here. Insiders have sold some 13 million shares, collectively 4.6 billion.
Yeah.
See here. Courtney Brian Armstrong sold 750,000, less than 2% of his holdings.
Yep.
So we saw that. What we wanted to see was the other executives. Meanwhile, a spreadsheet claiming 60%. This was from Peter Schiff. It's not a surprise. He's trying to.
My favorite guy.
CFO has sold 15% of holdings. So you're right. It looks like CEO 24%, less than 2%.
No,
You're
but it was
right.
huge
Thanks for bringing
numbers.
that up, Josh, and setting the record straight here. It looks like significantly less in that spreadsheet.
Oh, you're saying percentage wise, Ryan?
Yeah.
That's
so,
what yeah.
See this
I wasn't
here?
sure about percentages, but
Yeah, so that right there, Ryan, is what I saw. So is it less than Peter's showing up above?
Yeah, it looks like the executive team, the most was 24% of her holdings sold, and it looks like they dig into it here. I'll go ahead and pull this up. Yeah, you can see it's understandable. I mean, if you have a launch
hundreds
like
of
they
millions
have,
of dollars.
you know,
Yeah.
and you can sell, you know, $900 or $850 million, and you're only selling 24% of your
Yeah.
position. I can kind of understand that a little bit better than 95% of your position. So
Yeah, I don't think really much of it, man. That's 800 mil, dude. You're
hey,
locking that in.
I've completely flip flopped. Thanks
Yeah,
for
your whole
setting the record
family
straight on
for
that, Josh.
forever
Okay.
is gonna be fine on that.
It's so hard. Twitter, like you jump on there and just name brands like Peter Schiff or spouting out a bunch of stuff that they didn't do any research into. And you
Yeah.
see it all the time. And I actually saw something on Twitter. Someone was showing how UST, the stablecoin in Terra, fared against the other stablecoins. And he showed this graph.
During like the Bloody Sunday or whatever,
Bloody
like this
Sunday.
last crash.
Man, I actually I have to share this because
I just don't understand. I mean, it's supposed to be very closely pegged to $1. So how could
No,
it change
it was
that
a
much?
fraudulent document that was circling around the internet.
Oh, okay.
So basically it said, and Josh, you're finding it here.
I'm
but
bringing it up, Red Meowser.
it said that like UST maintained its peg perfectly. Okay, here we go. Yeah. You probably just click into that, right, Josh?
Oh,
Yeah,
for
that was
Just click
sure.
it.
So can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
As they're saying tether price went to 91 cents. I'm just like,
Damn. That's what I was trying to take
bullshit.
advantage of the other day.
It was bullshit though. It was complete garbage. And they said DAI went to 91 cents. I'm like, so when I first saw it, I'm like, there's no way. And this tweet probably got hundreds of thousands of viewers and 184 likes, bunch of retweets. You know, I asked him like, where did you get this from? And he said CoinGecko. And I actually went on there and looked. This is not what was shown. But here's what actually happened. I mean, you can actually figure this out just by doing a quick little thinking in our heads here is what happens when all the cryptos are selling? What happens to demand of stablecoins?
Well, you're really buying stable coins at that point,
Exactly.
right? So it doesn't make any sense that
Why would they drop in value in that time? Why would any of them drop in value?
well that far, yeah, doesn't make much sense to me.
I forgot how I did this. Do you guys remember how to do it? Damn it. Filters. I
Point-
did
They
point
it.
can
being,
take
you
more of
did
your
the-
crypto though.
Here it is.
You looked into it, right?
I looked into it, but I just want to show you. So what Ryan just said is exactly what happened. Look at these now. Tether went up. They all did like a 2% to 3% premium. Every single one of them did. So just ignore this rat Bitcoin though. But can you guys see this Tether?
What, during that giant drop?
During Bloody Sunday is that the peak you're seeing there, that little
Mm.
peak. You can see it. It aligns on every
Mhm.
single stable
Yeah.
coin. It's like, oh, of course, it went up. And all of them went up to about $1.02. So I was like, dude, you can't be spreading this stuff. As much as I like Luna, you can't be spreading this BS.
Right. Because the thing is people aren't going to believe the truth
Yeah.
when they have truth to share.
Right. For sure.
Well,
So
it's interesting.
Luna is actually going up. Too bad this isn't live.
Well,
Ryan,
I just sold, so that's probably what happened there.
yeah, they're like, Ryan sold? Oh, pump it.
Pump
I sold almost
it.
all my altcoins. Yeah.
Ryan sold? Pump
Why would
it.
you sell? You're
I sold
scared?
almost all of my altcoins. Luna was the one I really struggled with because it was down so much. It seemed like it just has to bounce. But my data told me that we're going to go into a couple weeks of poor markets for altcoins, and I was at an all-time high, and so I decided to sell and get out before it drops.
So, Ryan,
talk
I
about
know we just, okay. I want to talk about that, but I want to say one last thing to just kind of conclude my thoughts on the pushback on Luna, which by the way, I think is very healthy. Josh, you and I have been talking a lot about this lately, that when you get in these echo chambers and all you hear is like positive stuff, then you develop blind spots and you honestly don't think clearly about what the situation is. So I think it's very healthy, and I appreciate, the productive discourse around it. The way that I think about Luna, and this could be naive, and Ryan, I'd like to hear from you. Tell me if you've heard this before, like previously during the other bull cycles, if this type of like thing has been talked about. But I think about Luna as more of a fintech startup, like a financial technology startup, than I do like just a raw cryptocurrency that has just like intrinsic crypto value, where it's just looking like inward and it's just serving like these people in the crypto community. Like, because this is outward facing and because the Terra stablecoin is being used by millions of people in Korea and that's growing, I think about it more from like a financial technology standpoint, like a company, which I think is healthy, by the way. Like, I think, Josh, I know sometimes when we talk about like crypto and companies, you start to get like hives on your body, and you're like, oh, you know, companies, centralization, like there's like so much like negativity that goes around companies in the crypto sphere. There's a reason that companies create the best shit. There's a reason that individuals don't create the best things. Companies create the best things. And I think about Luna as more of a fintech company than I do just a raw cryptocurrency. But I'm curious, is that sentiment? Have you heard that before being kind of described that way?
So yes, but I've never seen anybody execute the way Terra Network has executed in something that's real. And I think about our friend Scott. And our friend Scott, Bitcoin Maxi, he's a smart guy, but it's not like he's some, you know, tech geek or something like that has to figure out how to yield farm here and do all these kind of crazy movements. He literally was convinced in our text chat to try, and within, I don't know, a couple hours, really as long as it took him to get on, which was moving stuff to KuCoin and doing all that crazy stuff we've talked about. But within hours of him getting the KuCoin stuff figured out, he was on the platform, and all of a sudden he's a disciple for Terra and for Luna and for Mir and for Anchor. And that's not something I've seen personally, you know, in my time in crypto, where you have people that are in it, but kind of normal people that are getting into this stuff. Like Eric gets deep into some of this stuff that I'm never going to do. And part of the reason why Eric does it is because he has some, you know, endorphins that release that for like trying new stuff, and like whether it be playing games or being the first to something, or like catching something before it pops. Like that's people like that. I'm not that way. And the reason why is because I've just got burned too many times, and I'm conservative, all that kind of thing. But when you have something like Terra, like I said before, I think the Terra Network has done a crappy job of marketing and has done an excellent job of product development. And I think in the end, product development wins. Now, we always say we don't give financial advice. I'm going to give one piece of financial advice right now. When Luna gets put on Binance or Coinbase, look really close if you haven't bought it already, because that's what Luna's missing. And I think that's what's probably hard, Nick, for you to accept right now, is that, and we can see the chart here, but in the most recent, if you put it in, not in USD,
oh, it's down like 30%.
Put it in Bitcoin,
oh, you're saying it needs like Chinese and like Russian stocks, and like
it was like one of the
other
only
countries' stocks.
It was like one of the
Canadian
only coins that I
stocks.
tracked that wasn't up over the last, you know, month or something. And why is that? Because people think it's crap? No, because they don't have access to it.
Yeah,
and so
100%.
I know that really simplifies it to a fault, but I really believe that's really,
dude, they're gonna solve that though. It's just a matter of time.
Be ready when they do.
They're gonna solve it. I'm confident of it. Once they do, then there's other problems. There's a lot of shit that they got to work on. Dude, trust me, man. I'm tweeting Doe like every day. I'm like, yo, Doe, like, what's going on, man? Like, what's the latest? Give me the good stuff.
He needs like a U.S. marketing team or something. Maybe that's what
his tweets.
We should drop the podcast and start a marketing team.
Start a marketing agency
for Terra.
Dude, actually, hold on. I want to share my screen on this because there is one thing that I just found today that is just so freaking great, and I literally I have to highlight it. If there's any other lunatics out there, you guys got to take a look at this. So it's called lunaloot.com.
Can I say something negative about Luna while you're bringing this up?
Dude.
Yes, please.
There's one thing that I'm concerned about, and that is when you brought up, Josh, when you brought up the sheet, really quick, it showed the active users versus the total users versus the new users. and you skim past it really, really fast.
To
The
try
active
payments?
users, I think, was 350,000. The new users
pull it
was, I
up.
think, 20 or 25,000, and the total users were 2.3 million or something. Yeah, 373,000, 21,000, and 2.3 million. What does that mean? Not everyone buys stuff every day, but that would be the only thing I would wonder is there a lot of total users, but maybe less activity on the network?
Well,
I
what
don't
do you
know.
mean activity? Because this is okay. So active users is
Can you zoom out a little bit?
sorry.
Well, my point, Nick, is we keep saying they have 2 million users, which is true because there's 2 million people that have accounts.
So
But
Ryan, check this
people
out.
that are actually active
So check-
users is like 350,000. But imagine if
That's
you
just
went
people
to
who
like,
used it today, though.
yeah, but imagine if you went to like Visa or MasterCard or somebody like that, and you said, how many
Oh, for
active
sure.
users do you have in South Korea? It would have to be just like hundreds. And I know that's not what we should be comparing to. I'm just saying we're very, very early in proving out, that they have, a great use case.
Well, we're early, but I mean, dude,
So how many
300,000 people.
How
using
many
it
of us
today.
four swiped the card today? Who made a purchase today?
I actually bought some Luna loot. Yo,
I love it.
bought some
They should be
Luna
giving you
loot
that
today,
stuff for
dude.
free, man. You are a
Yo.
lunatic.
I am, dude. They should. They
When
should
they
be
see this,
shilling
they'll
me
send you.
Dude, those are sweet mugs.
Luna
Yo, hang on. Let me show you the one that I got, dude. I got
Okay,
this one.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't have bad marketing. Maybe they're just
No.
waiting
This
for
is
some
just
reason.
dude. This is just an independent dude who set this thing up.
This is crazy.
When you
This
say
is not even connected to Luna, man. Like these people are, yeah, these people are
It's-
crazy. But yeah, so I got that one, and then I think
Dude, $28 sweatshirt, you almost can't afford not to buy it.
I got it. I got
Damn,
it, brother.
this is actually
Yeah.
this is a genius niche for Shopify.
This
you
is
just-
absolutely genius.
You
I-
just start
I
doing some
picked it up.
crypto.
that's
Dude,
dope.
that's a sweet sweatshirt.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
28 bucks. You said it, man. You're almost like,
Oh, I like the dark one. I like the black or gray or whatever.
I got this little sticker so I can just to support this guy because I want to put it on my laptop.
Yeah.
Anchor.
But what else did I get? I got one other thing I can't remember though. I think I got one of these mugs, like maybe this mug. Shit, I can't remember. I think I got this
You got
mug.
the mirror.
I definitely got the mirror mug because you know me, dude. I'm a big mirror, dude. I'm a big mirror guy.
That's some
But-
cool design work.
So anyway,
Are those
I
all
don't
their
know.
coins or something,
Whatever.
or what are all
Those
those?
are all the
Like
projects.
the network, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the network. I'm gonna stop sharing.
So
But we can move on.
so
We can
I
move
had
on.
to just give one, potential, not even real negative, but just
Dude, but
thing I
think
saw.
about it, Ryan. Like 300,000 people using a product, dude. That's a lot of people, man.
Right.
Using it every day. That's a lot.
How many of us four made a charge today? Eric?
Yeah, I bought something earlier too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's I don't. I mean, I swiped my card. Actually, I did buy something today.
What'd you buy?
I got this water at the gas station.
But the active users is what's important, and we can agree we're under 1 million active users, and we can also agree we're very early.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out we're not at 2.5 million,
Daily
people
active
that are
users.
actively using it every single day
No.
in their normal
No.
life. And
No.
part of that could be the stores they're buying from, and you can't use it just everywhere the same way you could use whatever method
Right.
people use for purchase. So
It's
I just
like
think we have more development that needs to happen. is
more
all I'm saying,
development.
Nick.
More development. We'll feel it out. We'll keep an eye
So
on it.
I was talking to my brother about VeChain before I hopped on there on the call here.
That one's been blowing the hell
That-
up, huh, dude?
That made my
And-
month.
And he's been holding it. He's up quite a bit. I think he's up over 1,000% from his first
Wow.
purchase. But he actually wants to add more to it. And I'm just what made me kind of look into it a little deeper is when Eric showed a couple weeks ago about the games, that are being built on it, and how there's 0 transaction fees.
Yeah,
Well,
honestly, I've been so bummed about this.
so, and this kind of ties into about the company versus, a cryptocurrency, whatever. These guys act more like a company in that they're doing the supply chain management, right? Which we talked about, as some of those have tried and failed before. But they just voted on slashing the fees, the gas fees, and it passed by 95%. And they can do that whenever. They'll continue to do it. So basically all they can do micro transactions, and it's almost free.
Yeah, there's no
And
fees. I don't think there's any fees.
they're almost non-existent. For enterprise, where I got to show the enterprise, and there are real transactions happening on it. And I'm wondering if this is going to be one of the first supply chain, industry blockchains that's actually going to make it, because you just can't deny the transactions. Oh, I'm going to do it right here. But they're attacking enterprises instead of doing all these applications. They're trying to figure out stuff that all these businesses can use today, and focusing on financial stuff later. And it actually got me worried a little bit for Luna, because if VeChain can do exactly what Luna can do for 100th of the price, that's worrisome to me. That's worrisome. If they can keep the same speed, but be 100th of the price in transaction fees, that's worrisome. It should be worrisome to all blockchains. And if VeChain is doing this almost Amazon-esque, super cheap, like they don't, the community, the fees are given to the community so they can turn a profit or turn revenues, whatever, higher revenues. They're not going after the higher revenues and higher profit in the beginning. They're going after market share. And I wanted to find this, all these companies that are being built on it.
Josh, while you're talking about that though, I think Luna can vote. We could vote on that as well in the governance for Luna.
Well, they need to do it for sure. They definitely need to. I can't find it. I had this nice little picture. I can't find it. But
But
I
there
don't
has
know,
to
but
be a technical reason why the fees are what they are. Like if it's just a matter of voting and saying, yeah, I want
That's
lower
right.
fees,
Yeah.
like there's something wrong if it's that simple.
you need to have 600,000 VeChains in order to vote.
No. But Ryan, you're talking about like the
From a-
number of nodes must be very small in order for the fees to be
Yeah,
small,
from a technology perspective, like
Yeah.
you can't just say, hey, we're gonna lower the fees and that doesn't impact anything.
Right. There's a theoretical limit to
There
the
has
amount of,
there has to be some type of limitations there.
yeah.
And guys, I'm gonna have to get off here in a few minutes, but you guys could stay on if you wanted.
Cool. Was there something pressing in that's new today, or where do you guys think about the, I guess,
Doge.
the broader markets? Like you said, you're doing some selling, Ryan, on the.
Yeah, I sold 75% of my remaining alts tonight. So I am 95% Bitcoin, something like that right now, because I think the next couple weeks could be bad for alts. But just as a reminder, I couldn't care less about VeChain. I like talking about it. I like learning about it. what I care about VeChain is it made me a bunch of Bitcoin this month. And it was up 200%. So I sold. So for
Smart
me, it's
move,
all
man,
about
smart.
making
Just
Bitcoin.
getting more Bitcoins, huh?
What's that?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
wow.
just all about just stacking more Bitcoins.
That's right. That's
But so
right.
do you guys think Bitcoin can come back into 33?
Yeah, and I personally think Bitcoin's going to take off here. I've been saying it for a while in April and May. It hasn't, and I find it hard to believe that we're not going to see it. And honestly, right now reminds me of if you were trading alts last July through September. September 10th, there was a big change. I lost a huge amount of money between September and October, and I told myself, I'm not going to do this again and believe that the altcoins are going to continue to run and run and run. So I'm playing it safer than I probably have to because I want to keep my Bitcoin because I've lost them in the past, keeping riding altcoins. So I'm playing it safe, and we'll see. Maybe next week I will have missed out on a couple percent movement, but I'm okay losing a couple percent if it means I've de-risked from potentially losing a much larger portion. So that's my position.
Cool.
What are you guys doing?
I'm just holding,
Doing some holding, yeah.
just holding them. I almost bought Dash today. I came so close. I haven't had the money in Qcoin, and I talked myself out of it. I'm going to show you the Dash Bitcoin chart here.
Yeah, you got to make a Dash node.
Holy shit, dude! This is down and to the right, man.
I know in Bitcoin terms,
Crazy.
right? And I was
Yeah.
thinking
Damn.
maybe it was going to do what Zcash started doing and just taking off in Bitcoin terms, but it just, some things had to happen, and I didn't. I actually.
What is
didn't
this,
buy it.
Josh? What is Dash?
It's another payments. It's like Zcash, but not a. Well, they do have a private function, but it's just like another payments, kind of
I
like
think
a
if you
like.
get I think if you get 100 of them, you can make a node with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, VET, BNB, and Mana, they were my heroes here in the last few weeks. I made a lot of Bitcoin off them, so I've been riding them.
Oh geez, yeah. BNB
Yep,
too.
yep, BNB.
I had like 30 BNB over these last week or two.
Yeah, and
it's just been
Zill's
killing
done
it.
it okay. You have Zill there as well. Zill, I'm up a little bit on Zill, but you'd have to look at the BTC. But yeah, it's done okay.
Zill's been pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm actually bringing more capital into the market. Significant for me, chunk of capital, and I think I'll just probably be farming liquidity rewards in Mirror for a while. If I see Terra get down below $10, maybe like $8, I'll deploy all that capital into buy more Luna.
Wow.
But yeah, otherwise I'm just gonna farm Mirror tokens. I'm super bullish on Mirror, and just kind of like be invested passively in like Apple and Google.
I'm gonna try to acquire this week. I'm gonna try to acquire a position in NII. It's NII. It's like 0.0005 cents or something like that. And it's yeah, that one right there. Not me. So this it's backed by Microsoft. It's like a Ocean IoT coin.
What does it mean to be backed by Microsoft?
It's like one of their partners, their development partners.
What does development partner mean?
Just like on their website, it says Microsoft on it.
Wait, it's called Not Me.
I feel like that's a dangerous.
It is. It's
dangerous
a dangerous
thing.
game. Yeah.
Because like a partnership, like what? Like they mentioned it and like they had a conversation and they're all of a sudden now
See,
partners.
look,
Like,
you see, there was like a when you Googled it too, there was like a Microsoft link to App Source. See, they already got some
Layer
two-layer.
2 blockchain scaling.
yeah.
So it's some
Okay.
Microsoft layer 2 blockchain scaling.
0 review, 0 rating.
So this is some new stuff, man. I feel like I found this before it popped off.
Okay.
So consensus, the FJ Jord Marine Time. It's a huge
Yard.
So
Yeah,
you guys want to hear a funny story? You
What's
were
up?
asking me earlier, Nick, about like, have I heard like, hey, this is going to be a fintech product or whatever.
Yep.
So in 2017, me and a group of people that were all about alts.
CoinGecko has it.
I used to have a like a Google sheet or an Excel sheet or something where I would go through and I would analyze small cap coins, altcoins. And one of the tabs or one of the columns was, does it have a website? And if it did have a website, it was a check. And if it had a mobile friendly website, it was another check. And if it had like, Facebook, if it had Twitter, all these were check boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at so we were basically, and then the last one was, does it have a roadmap that you can read? And we had these check boxes and it was like, well, it has a website, but it's not mobile friendly. So we're going to pass on this one and we're going to go with this other one over there. So stupid. But I feel like today, like there's still some of these same practices that are going on. They're just different ways of doing the same thing, of looking at these kind of really.
So the 24-hour
kind of
trading
pointless
volume on this
thing.
one.
Hey, hang on, Eric. I wanted to hear what Ryan was saying there.
Well, they're
Keep
just
going,
kind
Ryan.
of there's kind of pointless points that they don't really have anything to do with the value of the product, but you look for them and they make you excited or whatever. I think we're still doing the same thing in this bull run.
I think I see the same thing, man. I'm in all these Discord communities and these people are degenerates, dude. They're just YOLOing and they're like, yeah, you know what I hear a lot of? Yeah, not really a big fundamentals guy, more of a technical analysis person myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, like everybody's this technical analysis. It's just so, to me, it's just, and Ryan, you're obviously thinking, I know what you're thinking. You're like, Nick, you're fighting against the current. You can only fight the ocean for so long. The ocean is going to win out.
Yeah.
I'm just over here in my little rowboat, like, no, guys. No,
you want to feel good about yourself, or you want to make money? It's kind of like the option.
This is the wrong way. I'm going to the fundamentals island. Like, it's a little choppy. It's a little turbulent on the way. There's a storm that's overhead, Yeah. But I'm thinking, and look, my money is where my mouth is.
Yeah.
If I'm right, there is a handsome reward at the end of this, and I've done countless hours now of research that have built my conviction up until this point. And maybe I'm another one of those fools, Ryan, that's just lost out to sea and fighting against the current, and I should be in the technical analysis club on Discord. But as of now, that's where I'm at.
I'm going to be very black and white with this. And I know this isn't all of it, but I would say 75% of your success is relying on them getting on Coinbase or Binance. And that sucks.
Yeah.
Because you need that. You need that volume. You need that access in order to get the types of multiples that you want.
So,
Josh,
wait,
let me ask
75%? I disagree with that, because they're going to build an on-ramp that just gets away from exchanges.
You just give it to some guy on a corner.
No,
alley.
you're gonna have a bank. Did you say in an alleyway?
Yeah.
I mean,
Where's my tariff money?
Can you give me some Luna? I need some Luna. Take my money.
I'm looking for the on-ramp that doesn't need a Coinbase, and I think we'll see it.
Josh, let me ask you a quick question. Do you think that Luna gets on Coinbase?
I do, but I don't. I mean, you'll see a nice little pop, kind of like happened to Mir with the Binance listing. But the thing is that's fine. Like, I'm not in it for like, oh, there's better marketing today or something, and
Yeah.
that's why crypto.com is as big as it is, because they spend so much freaking money on ads. Like, what website do you see that doesn't have crypto.com ads? It's crazy.
True,
But-
true.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
well, we're gonna end it there for today. So that was Young Money Markets. We'll be back Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and that's 8 p.m. What is it?
Central and 9 p.m.
Central.
Eastern.
Yeah,
Will we be
always
doing
mess
another
that
video on
up.
Tuesday? Oh,
Next
it is
Tuesday?
Tuesday. Yeah. I was
Next
like,
Tuesday.
what day is it today?
Yeah, next Tuesday. So it's our new time.
Okay, see you soon.
Yep. See you guys soon.
Bye.